Tokusatsu, taking the form of many shows including Super Sentai, Kamen Rider, and Metal Heroes. And today, a group of fans come together to review it for you as Toku Secrets.
Hey guys, and welcome to another Toku news segment on the Toku Secrets podcast presented by AnimeSecrets.org. I'm your host, Nathan Nassau. And today, on October 27th of 2022, Riz and Anthony and I are here to cover some very breaking news. We recently got some big announcements from Hasbro Pulse, quite a few actually, regarding our favorite series, Power Rangers. We got some news, of course, in the toy department. We got some slight news on Power Rangers Cosmic Fury, and we got some more concrete details on the 30th anniversary. So I'll just go over each of these, and then we'll discuss them briefly. We'll just get the toy thing out of the way. Blah 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 blah. We got some two new Lightning Collection figures announced. The Blue Centurion has been announced, which means that we finally got a Power Rangers Turbo figure released. Pretty cool. Nothing really to note about him. It's just the Blue Centurion and his weapons. Justin Nimmo, who played Zane in Power Rangers in Space, actually got to announce the release of the Silver Space Ranger figure, which is pretty big. This particular Silver Ranger figure is Zane. You know, you get him with the Super Silverizer, and he also comes with this Silver Cycle. And I think Anthony and I can both agree that it's about time that Hasbro formally announces a Silver Ranger figure, because for all you people who are unfamiliar with the Lightning Collection, so far they've released all 5 of the Space Rangers, and then they released Zane, and apparently there was a figure that had never been announced. It started showing up in China. Then there were a bunch of people in Canada who reported it there, and it was said to be a Walgreens exclusive, but it is still to yet pop up here in stores. And now we're finally getting a formal announcement, and my reaction to that is just, I don't care. I just want a Silver Ranger figure.
Same.
Yeah. Not much to say about that.
Yeah.
I just want to complete Power Rangers in Space. I just want my Silver Ranger figure, and I don't care if I have to. I don't care if I have to spend an extra $5 just to get it with the motorcycle. I'll do it.
Oh, dude, that motorcycle is sick.
I know. Only thing that sucks is that it can't transform to its Galaxy Glider form.
Really?
Yeah.
It can't?
Yeah, no. It's just the motorcycle.
Yeah, it shouldn't cost that much more. Like, I think the ones when motorcycles cost like $30, which is not a big deal, because there are some figures that you can only get with the motorcycle, like the Omega Ranger, the Amazon exclusive, you can only get with the Uniforce cycle. So,
Yeah.
Okay, that wraps up the toy news. One other thing, brief thing to talk about is that we got a third Cosmic Fury suit revealed. Just to give a recap, the last time we did one of these, we had 2 suits revealed for Cosmic Fury. We had Izzy's Green Ranger suit revealed and Ion's Gold Ranger suit revealed. This one, we got the reveal of Ollie's Blue Ranger suit, which is keeping consistent with the theme. They keep the helmets, but they all get like the silver armor, like the suit itself, like the suit changes, only the helmet stays the same. And they got some more armor. The only thing to note about Ollie is that he has a what was the blue dinosaur? Triceratops. Okay.
Triceratops.
Only reason I asked that is because with Kyoryuger, the Triceratops isn't automatically blue anymore.
Yeah, it can be pink now, too.
I don't know what his weapon looks like, because like with Izzy, it's clearly just a set of daggers, and then with Ion, it's like some claw energy launcher thing. I don't know what you could say Ion's weapon is, like some rocket.
Missiles.
Okay, so some
Rocket
rocket slingshot thing?
Yeah, if you zoom in on the photo, you're gonna see 3 little missile rocket thingies,
Okay.
and I'm suspecting that the Tricera mouth might open to also fire some kind of laser out.
Okay, so he gets a blaster weapon.
That's my guess, is that it's gonna open up the mouth and it can fire.
I wonder what Amelia, Javi, and Zato's weapons will be.
Zyda's gonna have a massive sword of some kind. I already can tell you that.
Yeah, Red always has to have a sword.
Yeah.
Amelia, though. Well, okay, if we're going with somewhat Mighty Morphin callbacks, she might get some kind of bow and arrow type thing.
Maybe a crossbow?
Perhaps. Perhaps the crossbow that fits on her arm.
And then what would Javi get? Maybe an axe?
Yes, because he's also metal. He plays the guitar.
Oh yeah, that would actually that works perfectly. Now I might actually be frustrated if that's not the case.
Thanks to Riz for making your expectations too high.
Yeah, that's right. Did you want to give any other commentary on Ollie's suit, or should we move on to the main course of this video?
I just want to say I'm excited to see the third suit. But beyond that, no. You already covered everything else.
Okay.
Oh, can I talk about something real fast though? It's not gonna take long to talk about.
You have 10 seconds. Go.
Okay, so the former director of Power Rangers development and production from AllSpark Pictures, Melissa Flores, she's actually now doing the writing for the Boom Studios comic book Power Rangers.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
She's doing she's doing now issue 101, which they've already ended issue 100 with Ryan Parrott, who was the second writer for Power Rangers, aside from who was it first? I'm trying to think of what his name is. One second. Right, Kyle Higgins.
Okay, yeah, I was wondering if you're going to mention his name.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I read the first one of the first issues, and it actually is pretty good. I showed like a little snippet to Riz and Nathan, and I got a chuckle out of Riz at first for it.
Yeah.
You guys ready to talk about
I'm
the
ready
main
for the big
course
news.
now?
Let's do
All
it.
right.
Yeah, we can talk about it.
Let's do it.
All right, so in celebration of the 30th anniversary of Power Rangers, we already spoke briefly about this and all the rumors and everything. I believe that we already knew that David Yost and Walter Jones, Billy and Zach were supposed to come back.
Yeah,
That was
they revealed themselves in the Hasbro PulseCon video.
Yeah, that was all. That was all that we knew about. For sure. We have now gotten both official announcements from Hasbro, and we also have a photo on the set. So everybody there who hasn't heard of this, just brace yourselves, because I don't think you guys are going to be able to contain yourselves with all the excitement you're going to receive.
I'm barely holding it together,
So,
honestly.
so we got David Yost and Walter Jones from the original 5. We basically got we have all 3 of those new Mighty Morphin Rangers that came back, that took over for Jason, Trini, and Zach in season 2. So we have Steve Cardenas reprising as Rocky. We have he came back for an anniversary special before for Dimensions in Danger. We have Johnny Ambosh returning as Adam. He also came back for an anniversary special, Once a Ranger. Karen Ashley as Aisha. This will be her first appearance since Hog Day Afternoon, which was the last episode of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. So yeah, she hasn't been. This will be the first time we've seen her in like 30 years or something. We have Catherine Sutherland returning as Kat. She also appeared in Dimensions in Danger. We have a new cast member. Her name is hold on, I believe I'm do you guys
Kristen
remember?
Kirst.
Okay, yeah. Sorry, the name escaped me for a second. Say your name one more time, Riz.
Kristen Kirst.
Okay, Kristen Curse. She is going to be playing a character whose name is officially
Min.
called Min. I guess we can say Min Kwan because of the last name of her mother, which is Trini, the original Yellow Ranger. Trini's last name was Kwan, as established in an episode. I can't remember which one, but that was official.
Yeah.
And to top it all off, we are having a return from our favorite robot, Alpha 5, whose last appearance was in Passing the Torch when he and Zordon briefly showed up to watch the first generation Turbo Rangers pass on their powers. So
Well,
it's
well, we don't know if that's going to be Alpha 5 or Alpha 6 or in future iteration Alpha.
I think it would make sense to have it be Alpha 5 though, because I mean
It would. It would make a lot of sense, but at the same time, I could see it being a new Alpha for a new generation as well.
we've already seen there is an official Alpha 7 in Forever Red because there was an Alpha on the Astro Mega ship. Although that Alpha was voiced by Richard Horvitz, who voiced the original Alpha. So I guess if this is a new Alpha, it would have to be Alpha 8. So yeah, that's the cast. We basically have all the Mighty Morphin Rangers that are possible, except we have no, of course, Austin St. John isn't there. JDF isn't there, and Amy Jo Johnson isn't there, but it's still cool to have all these other people back. I'm particularly excited about seeing Zach and Aisha because, like I said, and even Billy, because we haven't seen Billy, Zach, or Aisha since Zordon era seasons. Like the last time we saw Billy, he was announcing that he wasn't coming back and he was going to stay on Aquitar. We didn't see Zach. Last time we saw Zach was when he gave his powers to Adam. And the last time we saw Aisha was when she was choosing to stay in Africa. So I'm really curious about what all they've been up to.
So I want to interject with a couple of things just to give more info on the background of what fandom's been looking at. So when the first video came out for David Yost and Walter, we at the same time we knew back then Steve Cardenas, we knew about Catherine Sutherland, and we had the rumor of Kristen being Trini's daughter. Johnny Young Boss and Karen were not announced until today. Like nobody had any idea that they were also in New Zealand doing something. And it's interesting to me looking at this photo because one detail of the photo that really stands out to me, Johnny Young Boss and Karen are wearing a uniform that looks oddly familiar. Well, okay, not super familiar, but it resembles SPD in a way, but not fully. If you look at Johnny Young Boss's name tag, you'll see the letters SPA, which, talking to Anthony just now, we think that could be Space Patrol Alpha and not Space Patrol Delta. So potentially this is the precursor to SPD. Which makes sense because in 2025 is when SPD canonically happened.
Mm-hmm.
So the fact that they're even acknowledging the existence of SPD in this way, that's huge. And I just want to take a second to mention that fact. But also to give props to one of the Toku Twitter guys that I've recently started following in the last, I guess, 2-3 months since Power Morphicon, Jinsaku. I don't know a lot about him, to be quite honest. He's just somebody I started following recently, but he is apparently really good at finding leaks and being fairly accurate in what he reports. Because he called months ago, apparently, that Trini's daughter will be a part of the anniversary. One note, though, in those leaks that he gave, he was saying her daughter's name would be Yen, and it was just announced to be Min. So I'm kind of wondering if they changed the name last minute just to, just because they had some reason to change the name last minute. It's happened a few times in the past where a character's name in the early days will change to be something different when it's actual time to film. But yeah, I just wanted to throw out those couple of thoughts real quick because that's all super epic, and I'm really excited, especially for if I'm right about Space Patrol Alpha, that's huge.
So was there also Space Patrol Bravo and Space Patrol Charlie? I guess.
Potentially.
I don't know. Just given how Hasbro is always like taking deep dives into Power Rangers lore, I wouldn't put that past them.
I mean, we got this interesting lore update on the Morphing Masters in Dino Fury Season 2. So, is it really beyond them to continue adding lore to fill in the gaps that Saban and Disney could not?
Yeah.
I mean, literally, Hasbro gave a solution to many questions in Ranger fandom with the existence of Master Green. And so, at this point, I have no doubt that there's more like things like that.
Did
So
you want to give? No,
what do
go
y'all
ahead,
think?
Riz.
I was gonna say, what do y'all think of this entire thing? Like what I've said, what you're seeing in the photo. Like what kind of things does this bring out in your fan heart right now?
I'm just happy to see these actors again. I yeah, I think that I'm just like I think the big thing is for me that I'm happy to see a lot of these characters that I really I don't know. I think seeing Kat again really stands out to me. I know that she appeared in Dimensions in Danger, but she didn't really do much in that episode. And Kat was one of those characters where I really wish that she came back for anniversary specials more often. So I'm really looking forward to seeing her do more. I really want to see how they pay tribute to Trini because Trini is a weird character that's always been in kind of limbo because like we haven't seen her since she gave up her powers to Aisha, and now we literally can't do anything with that character because Tui Trong is no longer with us. R.I.P. By the way.
May she rest in peace forever.
Um, so I'm really glad that they're trying to pay tribute to her. Kind of similar to how in the Uchu Cage Scheider reboot movie. That's one of the Metal Heroes movies. The guy who played the original Scheider, he died a while back due to liver failure. And when they did reboots of the other two Space Sheriff movies, Gavin and Charivan, they had they brought back the original Gavin and Charivan, but of course they couldn't bring him back, so they imply that the original Scheider is dead, but they bring in an older character, so I guess they're going to imply that Trini is dead here, but I'm still glad that they're paying respect to the character. So they're doing the best that they can. I'm really excited to see Zach again. I kind of miss him. I used to not really be a big fan of Zach just because he didn't really do much. But now, just looking at him being one of the original five, he was actually kind of a really fun character to remember.
He was. He was a really cool character. I mean, he kind of invented a whole new form of martial arts.
And I'm excited to see Billy because I feel like his character got. I mean, first of all, David Yost really got screwed by the show. Like, it really sucks how we didn't like. Billy really got the short end of the stick because he stopped being a ranger, and then they could have made him the Gold Ranger, but David Yost didn't know whether or not he wanted to be on the show, so they decided not to have Billy become the Gold Ranger. So it's kind of cool just to see Billy back again.
Yeah. Now, one question, and you might know this better than me, Nate, or maybe Anthony, you might know better than me, but have we ever had any episode in Mighty Morphin where Zach and Jason interacted with Isa, Rocky, and Adam?
No.
No, we didn't.
I can't think of a single episode where they hung out together pre power transfer.
Well, here was the thing. That wasn't possible to see them hanging out together because every episode where Jason, Trini, and Zach are Rangers, but Rocky, Aisha, and Adam are there, Jason, Austin St. John, Tui Trong, and Walter Jones aren't in those episodes.
Yeah, that's what I was kind of thinking, is that they had left already.
Yeah, they left already.
Yeah, they had left the show, so they would usually just use stock footage of scenes they would take stock footage of them, and and they would of course have Billy, Kimberly, and Tommy wear clothes from older episodes. In fact, there's a couple of episodes where Tommy's wearing green, even though he's the White Ranger, just to accommodate that footage.
And you know what's funny though was that in some episodes, Tommy would literally have to put it. He keeps his hair down whenever he became the White Ranger, but then when he needs to be in the episode for the footage with the other Rangers who left, he has to put his hair in a ponytail just to match the footage that they're using.
It's pretty obvious.
And he's literally putting his hair back in the ponytail for that one scene.
And it's obvious that it's stock footage because Zach almost spontaneously goes back to his flat top haircut he has in season 1, even though he switched to dreadlocks in season 2. So yeah, now obviously we Rocky and Adam interacted with Jason when Jason was on Zeo, but there was never any time where Rocky, Aisha, and Adam hung out with Jason, Zach, and Trini.
Exactly.
So this will be the first time that Zach and Adam interact.
It's interesting, right? They're all part of Mighty Morphin, but canonically they never really hung out until now. That to me is very fascinating.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And the other thing that I find very interesting here is that we have 2 Black Rangers returning.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm kind of curious how they're going to handle that for morphing, if they do morph at all.
Could Adam just use one of his older powers, other powers?
Does Adam use Zeo or Turbo, or does Adam also use Mighty Morphin Black?
But then couldn't Adam just use the Ninja Black powers and Zach use the Mastodon powers?
To both be the same suit?
Well, yeah, because... Oh. Yeah, you're right.
That's what I'm getting at, is that, yeah, they have different powers, Mastodon and Ninja, that's cool, but end of the day, that's still Zeo Ranger Black.
Yeah, you're right.
So here's my thoughts on this. I think Densaku's leak indicates something to me in conjunction with the photo we got today. I think the Rangers that'll be morphing will be Zach, Billy, Rocky, Kat, and Chris and Men.
And
I think Adam and Aisa have a different role now with Space Patrol Alpha, or I'm seeing on Twitter potentially Space Patrol Tau. So I'm just kind of I think that's the route they're gonna go, is that they're not gonna all morph. And that would make sense for how Johnny Young Boss can come back with Walter, is that one morphs, the other one does not. He has a different role now. I was even telling Anthony and Nate before we began podcasting, the way Johnny Young Boss looks, I just can't shake the feeling he looks like a mentor figure, like the way he's dressed. Because I don't know, the beard and the mustache, it just kind of makes him more mentory looking.
Yeah.
I don't know. What do y'all think?
yeah, I agree with that.
Like, I don't know why Aisa doesn't give me the same vibe that he's also like a mentor, but potentially my fan theory, if we're gonna run with my idea here, Adam is probably director of Space Patrol Alpha. Ice is a member of it, and that's why I get that vibe. I don't know. That's just my 2 cents right there. I could be full of crap. I don't know.
Who knows? We'll just wait and see.
The thing that's gonna suck is having to wait until next August,
Oh yeah.
especially given we all know they're done filming right now.
I think the big thing, though, is that like if those 5 Rangers if those are the only 5 that morph, I still think it's perfect, because I think that's a perfect representation of every generation of Mighty Morphin. Like we
Yeah.
have, like of course we have Billy there, because you can't have Mighty Morphin without Billy, because Billy is the only Ranger who's there from start to finish.
Yeah.
And
And
then
those new Rangers that didn't replace his powers or anything.
yeah, we have Zach to represent the original 5, and we can have Min in there too. I mean, she's a newcomer, but that's fine.
I think Min's her own generation though.
Yeah, and then Rocky is like the second generation after Jason, Trini, and Zach left, and then Kat represents like that brief time just before Zeo took over. So I think it's a perfect representation of each generation of Mighty Morphin Rangers.
It
Yeah.
is. And
Although,
it's interesting to me. Go ahead, sorry, Nate.
although I'm going to say, I don't think that they should have Rocky leading. I think Billy should be the leader there, just because I don't know. Like I know Rocky wears red, but I like when when during the time when like Rocky, Aisha, and Adam were present, I always thought I know that Rocky technically took charge in the Megazord, but that's just because it's stock footage, and you don't want to, you know, you don't have to change that. But I always thought that Kimberly and Billy outranked Rocky, but that was just me.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, in the show, Rocky was not the leader. Zordon even said Tommy is now the leader of the Power Rangers when he became the White Ranger. So even before the Stone Canyon Ranger stepped in, um, Tommy was already leader. He took that role from Jason.
Mm-hmm.
So Rocky has never been leader.
No, but when Tommy isn't there and you have the other 5,
Oh yeah,
who
he's
is
second in
leader?
command, definitely.
No, no, I always thought Billy or Kimberly were second in command.
By experience, hell yeah. But also, I think in action, the stock footage lends itself more to Rocky.
Yeah, but I don't know. Like, I don't know. There's a handful of episodes I remember where, like, I think we judged by the leader on like whoever is saying it's morphin time during the
Yeah,
morph, and there I can count at least like 3 or 4 episodes where it's either Billy or Kimberly saying it's morphin time when Rocky is there. So
that
yeah,
is
that's just
true.
me.
Yeah, I can see that.
To be fair, there is one episode I remember where Rocky says it's morphin time when all 5 of them except Tommy are there, but
Yeah.
I go blah 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 blah. Let's not nitpick on that stuff.
I will say it's very fascinating to me the timing of JDF announcing I'm no longer doing Power Ranger. Like, I'm no longer Tommy. I'm now whatever his new character is. I think Eric Reed or something. And then, like, not even weeks later, they start having rumors of the 30th anniversary, and you start getting footage from PulseCon of Billy and Zach on set. Now you have this photo. And it's very interesting to me that JDF is not in the photo, indicating that something behind the scenes happened between him and Hasbro. Because there's no way, under normal circumstances, you wouldn't have Tommy return as well.
Right.
Especially with Johnny Young Boss and Karen. Like,
I think if I
go
go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I think if I had to guess, I mean, first of all, I do. Okay, I think Tommy is overrated, but I do think it's a pity how we're having a Mighty Morphin anniversary and we don't get him just because, if they do morph, I do think it's going to be a real pity that we don't get to have the Green or the White Ranger there.
Exactly.
So I am sad that Tommy can't be there for that context, but if I had to guess, I really just think that I really do think it's because JDF is just kind of frustrated that that Hasbro isn't giving him the preferential treatment that Saban gave him.
They aren't like
Brown nosing.
nosing him. They're not like, kissing his butt. They're just like, oh, like we honestly don't really need you that much. You can go away now. And he's like, wait, what?
The Saban era gave him this morpher that allows him to access all of his previous Ranger powers. Like, how can you not? Like, they're making Tommy like Saban legitimately was making Tommy out to be like this god among mortals.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I'm glad you mentioned that, Nate. The Master Morpher.
Yeah.
Catherine, Rocky, Johnny Young Boss, is Adam are all Rangers that are eligible to have a Master Morpher.
Mm-hmm.
What are your thoughts? Will we see a Master Morpher in these 3 guys' hands, or are they going to retain?
I would be really happy if they did that, but I don't think they would. Also,
I think that whole thing might have been like a Saban only type of thing they might use, but that's only if they decide, you know what, we'll the whole Master Morpher thing was the only thing that Saban did. We're not Saban, so we're not keeping that. So
Catherine Sutherland say in her interview with you, Riz, that Dimensions in Danger was implying that she and Tommy are married.
No, okay. So in the interview, I watched it not too long ago, actually. Catherine says 2 things of interest. The first is that they are married. The hand holding at the end when they're running back into the portal, that's their indirect way of saying they're married. The second thing of interest is when asked about the Master Morpher and if C thinks other Rangers could also have it, C said absolutely, I deserve a Master Morpher because I'm 3 Rangers.
that's true.
Well, way to voice self-confidence, Cat.
I mean, look, it's not about self-confidence. It's about Tommy played 4 Rangers, but Cat played 3, Adam played 3. They both deserve Master Morphers, and Rocky played 2. I mean, it ain't hard, it's common sense that if this technology exists, unless there's some kind of technical lore thing where they say, yeah, the reason Tommy had it is because Haley made him a Master Morpher after Dino Thunder, but not for the other Rangers. That would be the only way you could escape that.
But how would they handle if Cat is going to be in here and Tommy isn't? Like, how are they going to? That just makes it all the more a pity that Tommy isn't in this thing.
It's a tragedy because look, I don't know. Have you guys read that Boom comic?
I mean, the Soul Dragon.
Yeah. I was trying to think of the name.
I own it. So
Yeah,
I've read it.
I do know as much that they do have a son named, I think his name is JJ, and he becomes the SPD Green Ranger, and he's wearing the dragon shield.
Yep.
Okay, I know that much at least.
So also, I'm glad you mentioned that SPD thing because his son being part of SPD lines up pretty well with the idea of Space Patrol Alpha with Adam and Aisa being part of it, because they'd be about the right age for that, and the comics already kind of indicate that SPD does happen in the way that we expect in the future.
The only other thing that I'm going to say right here that I really hope that they do, I want us to see like a full throwback morphing sequence, because if there's one thing that team up episodes, the few that we've gotten in recent times, honestly, like ever since the Disney era, like team up episode morphing sequences suck. Like,
well, there isn't a morphing sequence because the last true morphing sequence you had was Overdrive, unfortunately.
because like in Megaforce, when they do the Legend War, they just, I mean, the Legendary Rangers all just hold up their helmets and put them on. I mean, okay, but they don't even show the Megaforce morphing sequence, and then when they do this thing in Dimensions in Danger, it's just like the Rangers all just hold up their morphers in a unique way, and then with a snap, they're morphed.
Yeah.
Same thing with the Dino crossover.
Yeah. I don't. Did Jason even shout Tyrannosaurus? It's been a while since I've seen that episode.
I think he did. Yeah.
I think he did. Yeah.
Okay, but like, can we see an updated morphing sequence, like where you see them in the morpher and they're shouting out? Now, to be fair, I'm not sure how they would handle this. Because one dilemma here is that, if they're going to call out their dinosaurs, that would be a dilemma with Kat because she never wielded the pterodactyl powers. But, I mean, you could work around that. You could all just have them shout, like, Color Ranger power, something like that. But, and you know what? I could even forgive you if you have Kat just shout pterodactyl. Just give me a morphing sequence, please.
Just give me something.
Well, that's a good point, Nate. Kat technically couldn't say pterodactyl, could she?
Yeah, but I'll ignore that detail. I just want a morphing sequence. Please give me that.
They could all just say Black Ranger power, Red Ranger power, Blue Ranger power, because those are all the Rangers that could say it,
Yeah.
The only one that never said that was Zach.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
All the others
interesting to see how they do that.
Yeah, so it's like either way, it's gonna be weird because like Zach never said Black Ranger power and Catherine never said pterodactyl. So you have two Rangers who haven't actually said either morph phrase.
We also get a scene where if they morph, they use their power weapons so that we can see Kat use the power bow because she never used the power bow. I'd like to see her use the power bow.
It'd be kind of cool. Do you think? Okay, so you're talking about a morphing sequence. Are you expecting a redo of the original Mighty Morphin thing with the morpher, with the kind of glowy light around him? Or are you expecting like a brand new morph, like how Adam had in Operation Overdrive?
No, I do not want an Operation Overdrive morph.
No, I mean like an Operation Overdrive type of morph, like how they redid the morphing sequence for Adam completely.
No, I would like for them to be holding their morphers up and calling out. Maybe you could slightly update it, for example, maybe do something similar to Adam's morphing sequence in that one in space episode, where like I don't know if you guys have seen the I don't know if you guys remember this in the in space episode where Adam appears, but when they cut to Adam shouting Mastodon, that's not the normal one, because like in the original one they're just like holding their morphers and just shouting the thing out. But in the Always a Chance, you actually see Adam do the arm movement while he's shouting Mastodon.
Yeah,
Maybe
that
something
was.
like that. Um, but yeah, I want to see them, like, it's iconic to see them holding up the morphers and shouting out either Pink Ranger Power or Pterodactyl. So I want something like that.
Yeah.
I don't want them to just say it's Morphin time, because everyone is saying it's Morphin time these days. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Do you guys agree with that, or?
I do.
I'm okay with that. Yeah, that would be great for me, honestly. Oh, you're right, Nate. I just watched that. Holy crap.
Mm-hmm.
I had not. I forgot that little detail, dude. The way
I
Adam
do.
works in space is different.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm. I'm very curious about that.
But yeah, I do want, like, I want like something that's the more iconic thing. I don't want them to do what they did in Operation Overdrive, because I don't know. I mean, I don't know how people feel about that morphine sequence, but I think that they just made that morphine sequence just because, I don't know, they were lazy and they didn't want to show other stuff. I don't know. Like, everything about Once a Ranger was just lazy, so I just
Yeah.
call that lazy. Do we want to? I wonder what the villains are going to be like here. I mean, they can't use Lord Zed because he's going to be screwing around with the Cosmic Fury Rangers. Um, could we? Who could they use for villains here?
Um.
Um,
Zed could be a villain in there somehow, but I don't know how. I doubt it, though. My guess is probably something to do with Rito.
I was gonna make a joke and say his son, but like we already got that in Operation Overdrive.
Okay, we're not bringing him back.
Thrax is not Zed's son. He's not. I don't care what he says. He's not.
Oh, I believe it, because like I feel like that was just like a last minute thing. They was like, oh, we might try to bring Zed back, but then they were like, we'll just make a new character up.
Yeah. I mean, I think somebody made the perfect where they take the video where Thrax introduces himself as the son of Rita and Zed, and then they take a clip of Lord Zed saying, "I can't believe that Bubblehead said that." So that's perfect. That's canon to me, actually.
Yeah.
Do we want to say anything else?
No, I'm good.
Yeah.
The only thing I want to say is that I wish it's really great to see all of these new actors coming back, and I think I want to personally wish the best of luck and wish a happy welcome to our newest person, Charlie Kirsch. She definitely has some pretty big shoes to fill, so we should definitely welcome her in with open arms.
Definitely. Um, C has a really big role to play in our fandom. It kind of gives me goosebumps when I think about the fact that after 30 years and after the passing of Thui, we get some kind of closure to her character in the season proper. Because for, the better part of 3 decades, we've kind of grappled with Trini's maybe out there, but we can never see her again, or she died at an early age like her actress did. We don't know. We don't know what happened here. Um, Also, one funny fan theory I just read a little while ago while we were talking. Uh, the theory is that the father is actually Adam, but I don't know why that would be the case or how.
I think Billy is more likely to be.
Yeah.
Oh wait, no, that doesn't work because Billy got married with an Equation. That I don't know. It'll be interesting to see who the father is, but it
Yeah.
can't be Adam.
Right.
Okay, I really hate to say this, but if Adam was going to hook up with anybody, it was going to be Tanya. So
Yeah.
yeah, but let's not. I don't know. We can speculate about romances in another video.
Now, if they bring back Alpha, like Alpha 5, it has to be the original voice.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Because we've had several voice iterations over the years, and still, the most iconic is the OG, in my opinion.
Yeah, Richard Horvitz definitely should be voicing Alpha again.
I mean, there's nobody else you can get the voice Alpha 5. Now, if this was Alpha 6, you could get Wendy Lee or the guy who I can't remember the guy who voiced him in Turbo, who has that whole like, yo yo yo
No.
voice.
No, no, do not bring him back. No.
Okay, that would be my first choice, but it's better than what we got in Operation Overdrive.
Did you know that Campbell Cooley actually voiced Alpha in that Overdrive episode?
Who?
Campbell Cooley, yeah. Slither.
Okay, that I guess that's cool, but I don't know. I didn't like Alpha's voice in that
I
special
didn't
anyway.
either. It was a really interesting thing. I was like, really? That's him? That was freaking I was gonna. Why am I blank on these names for some reason?
Just don't not bring Richard Horvitz back. I really hope that Richard Horvitz is there.
Scrozzle. That's his name. Ski voice Scrozzle too.
Oh, okay. Well, anyway, guys, I think the point is that we got a really big special coming up for the 30th anniversary of Power Rangers, and it is absolutely something that we should all be excited for.
Oh yeah, I am 100% excited for next year. 2023 is the year of Power Rangers, I think. Because Cosmic Fury is gonna be pretty damn epic. The anniversary is gonna be pretty damn epic, and these toy lines that are coming out, it's pretty damn epic as well.
Yep. And we will of course do a review on the special when it comes out.
You better believe it.
100%. Anything else you guys want to say?
No.
Ay.
Phenomenal.
Well, we hope you guys enjoyed this little brief news segment. Like we said, I guess that we'll end up probably doing this at least once a month if news just drops. But anytime we get a big breaking story, you can count on us to be on top of it. We'll keep you guys updated on Token News as major stuff comes. I'm guessing at this rate, our next, at least as far as scheduled Toku News is, our next big thing will be us talking about some scans of King Oger, the next Sentai that comes out when we actually get photos released of it. We'll do a video on that. That'll probably be the next Toku News segment that I can predict that we'll do. But again, this news is always unpredictable. I mean, for all we know, tomorrow we could get a I don't know, somebody could leak something about Cosmic Fury. So you never know, but Whenever something leaks, you can count on us to be on top of that. We hope you guys enjoyed this segment. Please be sure to check out our regular Toku Secrets podcast. Please check us out on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram for animesecrets.org. Check out our website, animesecrets.org. And once again, we thank you guys for joining us for this segment, and we will see you guys next time with more Toku news. Later, guys.